Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. What up? How's it going, folk? Saturday afternoon, you're here with me. I appreciate it. And don't forget, people, silver has been valued for its beauty and rarity for centuries. But did you know it has also has played a vital role in the modern industry and technology? According to the Noble Gold president and CEO, Colin Plume, silver is at the center of America's transition to renewable energy. Silver could be the new oil. From electronics to solar panels, silver is a critical component in many products that we use every day. And with the rise of renewable energy, demand for silver is only going to increase. That's why investing in a silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments is a smart choice for those who are looking to secure their financial future. With the Noble Gold Investments Silver IRA, you can invest in physical silver coins or bars and take advantage of its unique properties as both a precious metal and an industry commodity. Not only does Noble Gold Investments Silver IRA provide a hedge against the inflation and market volatility, but it also allows you to diversify your portfolio with an asset that has been proven to hold its value over time. And this month, you'll get a beautiful Silver Eagle coin with every qualifying IRA of $20,000 or higher. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold Investments, and there are thousands of five-star reviews. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com to get started. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. People, glad to see you. I wasn't here yesterday. I forgot that I signed up months ago to be a chaperone for my son's field trip to the planetarium in Sacramento. So I was there yesterday. It was fun. I had my son and our neighbor's kid and another kid in the group. They were great. They were having fun. They were, energetic little boys, but it was great. Nobody was misbehaving. Everything was fine. Had a good time. But it was, early morning to like early afternoon, like around 2 o'clock or something. So wasn't able to do my live. Forgive me for not giving you guys a heads up because, like I said, I forgot. You know how it is. You volunteered to do shit months ago, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, it's tomorrow. So, there we are, people. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Okay? Worry about this. MyGreenGear.com. Cool shit like this mug, this t-shirt. Shout out to Shant for designing it. It's his brainchild. MyGreenGear.com. One of my great mods could throw that up in the comment section. That would mean like so much. So thank you for that. Let's get to this super chat cherry popping, shall we? Popping fresh. Boom, Ivan Adams, he did it. Thank you, Ivan. Appreciate that. You were surprisingly gentle. Thank you for breaking that financial hymen. And we are going to waste no time today, people, because shout out to my man Indo Slim. Sup, JG? Ain't been able to catch you live in a minute. Thanks for all you do and your voice, bro. Hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here to like hear my voice, like especially when you're out there pimping all them hoes, Indo Slim. Appreciate you carving out a few minutes for me. But today, I mentioned this a little bit ago or the other day or some shit like that. We have family coming into town. Shout out to Leonard S. Thank you, man. He says, free Donald. Oh, that's right. Are we going to have to start having free my boy, free Don, free Trump t-shirts? My goodness. Oscar Gonzalez, don't you worry, buddy. Don't you get ahead of me. I'm going to tell you exactly what that background is. Because keep in mind, of course you keep it in mind, you're an ally. This is Women's Heritage Month. And, every day this month, I'm doing my part to show support for the ladies. And I don't discriminate. I don't care if it's the new ladies or the old ladies. You know what I mean? And I don't mean, when I say old lady, I don't mean, hey, hello, young man. I don't mean old lady. I don't mean hard candy in her purse, old lady. I'm talking about the throwback ladies. The ones that have vaginas and tits. Yeah. Those are the throwback ladies. The ones from 2000, I'd say 2022 and before, the old school ladies. Or the new ladies. The ladies got a little something extra. You reaching down there, you're expecting to feel, a clam, and it's like you're expecting to feel an innie, and you got an outie. What's this? What's this you got down here, miss? Feels like a dick and balls. Well, that's the new woman. And whoever that woman is, whatever woman you are, I'm here to support and show that I'm an ally this month. Shout out to my man David Brohawk Williams. What up? It says hashtag Trump arrest coming Tuesday by hashtag corrupt NYDA. But this Bidenist perverticus is the actual president that should be arrested. Hashtag Biden crime family exposed. That is so true, David. That is so true. And we were going to talk about all that shit. All that shit. That's why it was simple. The title of this live stream. Orange inmate? Are they going to put the orange man in an orange jumpsuit? That's too much orange. Linda Washir, it's all theater. I hope you're right. Chuck Miller, you did make it, man. I'm proud of you. Thank you. I think it is all theater. But this theater could have some consequences. Now, if the theater's consequences are in our favor, meaning there is a huge uprising and people finally get sick of this shit. I'm doing great, David, man. How are you? Good to have you here, bro. I appreciate the messages. Oh, there's some crazy shit out there. But if the consequences are in our favor, meaning they're suffering the consequences because of this bullshit. There's two things at play here. There is a lack of accountability and consequences for them because everybody's in their back pocket. They're all in the same orgy. The mainstream media, the elected officials, Hollywood, entertainment, the arts, they're all in the same orgy. They're all licking and sucking and fucking and sticking fingers over here, put that on my face. They're doing all that shit to each other. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but now my neighbor decides to do his fucking yard work. Anyway, so they're all in it together. They all got everybody, there are juices all over them. If you run a black light over them, you're going to find everybody's DNA all over each other. So there's no accountability. It's human nature. If something happens over and over again and nothing happens, if you keep sticking your hand in the fire and you never get burned, you're no longer going to fear that fire. Misanthrope, the smell. Yeah, man, if this was smell-o-vision, you guys would be yakking all over the place. But there's no accountability. There's no fear of consequence. So you're going to have shit like this. You're going to have a district attorney, the district attorney of New York City. New York City, they are going to indict a former president for a misdemeanor that was bumped up to a felony. There were other people out there who didn't want to touch this. There are probably some law students, like some law clerks. So their job is just to retrieve files and bring it to the real lawyer. They probably knew you shouldn't touch this. But they're doing more than touching it. They're putting its legs up and they're getting intimate with it. They're doing more than touching it. They're getting all up in it. They're getting to the bristle. But hopefully it comes back to bite them. And a district attorney is at most at a state level, definitely city, but I believe their power reaches as far as state. They are certainly without federal power or federal jurisdiction. A DA for a city has no jurisdiction over the federal government or its employees. But somehow we woke up this morning and the powers have changed. Now they can go after the former president of the United States. Ain't that some shit? Also, hold on. Boom, there it is. Fun Bearing 65. I thank you for the Hamilton. He says another Biden-sponsored distraction. Biden gonna fall. And yeah, great point, man. That's another thing. Through all of this, when you're doing this bullshit, when you're doing these witch hunts and you're going to try to indict him and you're going to arrest him, can you imagine this? A sitting why I keep saying sitting? A former president, even if it was like Obama, even if it was Obama and the same thing was happening to Obama, this was, let's say it was a witch hunt, it was bullshit. To see a former president in handcuffs, being led into a police station, what are you going to do? Put his finger in the ink and roll it on the little card so you have his fingerprints on file? You're going to make him hold up that little nameplate that says New York City, precinct, blah, 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 inmate number, whatever? You're going to do that? Come on, dog. Now, of course, with all their no bail bullshit in New York City, they're not going to hold him. He's not going to go to jail, but still, the image of a sitting president, damn, I did it again, of a former president in handcuffs, and he's in handcuffs on, even if he deserved it, even if he did do something wrong, that's still a powerful image to see a former president in cuffs. But then, and I'm not even saying that they're going to do that, if they can even do that. But they want to, and if they can, they will. But not only are you going to try to put him in handcuffs, you're going to try to put him in handcuffs on some bullshit. It's bullshit, and you know it. Fan or not, voted for him or not, you know this is some bullshit. On some construction shit in New York, and it's not even him, it's his company, it's somebody at his company. Do you think at a certain point Trump is in his office stressing out over these blueprints? You think Trump is still making phone calls? Let me fax that over to you. No, shoot me an email. Secretary so-and-so, hold my calls. You think Trump is doing that at this damn construction company? And even him. Leonard S. Thank you. He says, NY, in New York City's DA's pronoun is it. His pronoun is about to be fired. Because this shit's going to blow up in your face. Why is the mayor of New York City not saying, hey, man, come here. What's his name? Bragg? Come here, man. What are you doing? Hey, don't bring this heat on my city. What are you doing? This is bullshit. Don't do that. You think Eric Adams is saying that? Hell no. Eric Adams is probably saying, yeah, put your foot in that cracker's ass. Oh, no, my bad. He already said that in front of a group of people after he got elected. Forget that. That was another time. Aaron M. says, Maxine Waters says Trump is sounding the alarm for his soldiers to begin civil war. That biatch is loca. Yeah, man, well, you try being James Brown's stunt double for all those years and see how sane you are. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And of course, that's what they're going to do. And when I read his post on True Social, I knew that's exactly what they were going to do. That's exactly how they were going to spin it, that saying that he's calling for another July 6th. When he didn't call for the first one. That shit, I don't know how I can convey to you the anger that I feel when people blindly, blatantly, purposefully, intentionally ignore the truth. It's just like the grab them by the pussy statement. No, Ken Connolly, it's not January, it's July 6th. Joe Biden got up there on a mic in front of a microphone and said that July 6th was worse than the Civil War. Look it up. I'm just going by what my leader tells me. If he tells me the sky is fuchsia, then I guess it's fuchsia. Biden said July 6th. But I don't know how I can convey to you how angry I get when people do that. It's just like with grab them by the pussy. You know, you saw, you've seen, you've heard people say, President Trump said it's okay for a man to grab a woman by her pussy without her consent. They said that, knowing damn good and well he didn't say that. and it's not speculation, it was recorded. It was recorded. Yes, play it so fast. Never forget July 6th, guys. Forget July 4th. It's July 6th. It was recorded, and he said, women will let you. Now I know it's just a 3-letter word. Let. L-E-T. It's not much. It's a little word. But boy, when it comes to consent and legality, that word is huge. That word is freaking huge. Let. He said, women let you grab them by the pussy. And guess what? He's right. When you have fame, fortune, both power, influence, there are women out there who will allow you to put your hand in this right here, like you're Spider-Man, like you're about to swing from a skyscraper. They'll allow you to do this, and what you do is, come here. You grab it under there, and it fits right in there clean. They'll let you do that. Now, if you want to stink finger it, taste it, that's up to you. But they will let you grab them like a 6-pack. Bite it clean. They will. And I know this personally. I know this because I've seen it. I've seen them. I've seen it. I've been at a concert. I've been backstage because I used to work for a radio station. And the celebrity will be back there, and then women will be like, ugh. And then they let them do stuff. I've seen a chick getting bent over a speaker. So she's banging the bouncer so she can get into the concert and see. That wasn't even a celebrity. She just wanted to get close to him. I went to a Method Man concert, again, backstage, so I could see it behind the club in the parking lot. He had his tour bus parked there. Method Man was on stage performing. He wasn't even at the bus. He wasn't even there. Probably wasn't even thinking about the bus. He was on stage performing, and while he's performing, so they have time to marinate and get ready, there is a line of women, 20, 30 women, all dressed in varying forms of hua, to get on that bus. They had their IDs ready, and the security guard was standing in the doorway of the bus checking IDs. And if you were over 21 and you were hot, you got to go on that bus and wait for Method Man and his crew, because you can't bang them all. So I've seen that. So they're doing the same thing with this. Or they did the same thing with July 6th. You know damn good and well Trump didn't tell those people to go there. How do we know? We have audio and video that says Trump said, I know you're about to head over to the Capitol to protest. He said, be patriotic, obey the law, be peaceful. He said, I want you to peacefully protest. What else do you want the man to do? He said, I know you're about to go over there. Behave yourself, be peaceful, be patriotic. But they're saying that's why they impeached him. He got those people all riled up. You know, you're playing with your dog and like that, you get him all crazy, and he starts running around and shit. That's what Trump did. He did that to the audience. He fucking hit the hornet's nest with a stick and then threw it over to the Capitol. And that's how we got July 6th. That's why they impeached him. When there's audio and video evidence that he didn't say shit, even close to that. He said, be peaceful, obey the law. Fuck it. What do you want from him? What more do you want? And you got the QAnon shaman, the dude who was supposed to be the architect behind all this shit, in his vehicle on July 7th, the next day, calling the FBI to check in. I heard you guys were looking for me. What can I do for you? And in the video, he says a phone number. I wrote the phone number down, and I looked up the phone number, and guess what that phone number is to? The FBI building. me see. Do I still have it in here? Ah, damn it. But I remember the area code was 202. It was 202. Oh man. Let's see. DC FBI office. Yeah, 202-278-2000. He's on the phone with the guy and he says, what's a number I can call you back at? And the guy tells him 202-278-2000. And I looked up that phone number and it's the Federal Bureau of Investigation, federal government office in Washington, D.C. So if you have a plan to overthrow the government, because that's what an insurrection is, it's a violent overthrow of the government. If you're planning a violent overthrow of the government, then why would you call him the next day? Are you calling to check on him? How you doing? What the hell? Alien testosterone. Why are you talking shit? He said, just a reminder, JG ain't got no hairline. No, I've been shaving my head since I was 12 years old. Now you know my deepest darkest secret. But he calls, he's on the phone with the FBI. So you already told me that he's going around telling people to, yes, go grab a woman by her vagina, whether she says yes or no. Don't even ask her. Just go up in there. Get it. Remember? Spider-Man. You already told me that. Then you told me he sent those people over to the Capitol to destroy it and violently overthrow the government. So much so that you impeached him over it, right? You impeached him over that bullshit phone call to Zelensky that was recorded. And Trump is the one who released the transcripts to the phone call in question. Then you told me he's the one who started J6, July 6th. So much so that you impeached him. Now I'm supposed to believe that the district attorney of New York City finally caught him. Right. Okay. Broken Patriot says, I met Jacob here in Phoenix at a 2A rally. Yeah, I'm sure he came across as a real insurrectionist, didn't he? Borat Sagdiev. Thank you, Borat. My name is Borat. That movie was huge when it came out too, by the way. Hello again, Jericho. Much love from glorious nation of Kazakhstan. My sisters say, you never get, but I get. That movie was so big when it came out. Borat was everywhere. Everyone was saying, my wife, and all that shit. That movie was huge. That movie might have to go in the time capsule. No, DKKS. He says January, he or she says January 6th, not July 6th. No, Biden said July 6th. What do you want me to do? And that's another good point. Thank you, Diesel. New member, by the way. That was 7 fucking years ago. Statute of limitations is 5. Exactly. It's beyond the statute of limitations. What's the word? What's the last word in statute of limitations? Limitations. Not lamentations. Limit. Root word is limit. That means stop here. That means once I make it past that, you can't touch me. I can even tell you, yeah, I did that shit. You can't touch me. Statute of limitations. It's over. Hands off. That's what I thought. Any legal professionals in here? Police officers, former, present, lawyers, anything like that? Anybody in here? Am I wrong? Doesn't limitation mean right here? No, Brian King B. Falcon. It's not statute of limitation. This isn't a citrus-based podcast platform or whatever. Limitations. Anthony DeRosa, Don Limitations. You're starting statute of lamentations. Isn't that what Arnold said in Conan? to see my enemies driven from me to the lamentations of their women. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's right. Roxy, SDG, they did try to. They impeached him over it. But now we got all this proof, and that's the thing. So when people ignore the truth or evidence to the contrary, that pisses me off. Because your wrong is two left shoes. It's right here. Like, you know, if a dog pisses or shits, you might take and rub his nose in it. That's what I want to do now. I just want to take you here, you idiot. You know it's there. You know it. You know what I want to do? If I were King Jericho, I would decree day one, if you do that shit, I'm going to get a homeless dude off the streets. I'm going to feed him nothing but hot Cheetos and natty ice for 2 weeks. Then I'm going to have him take a radioactive shit on the carpet. And I'm going to grab you by the back of your neck and run. I know you don't want to. It's disgusting. I can't shut the fuck up. Because you're up here trying to ruin my country on some bullshit. You know that's some bullshit. It's right here. 1080p. It's right here. Be patriotic. Peacefully protest. That's what he said. No. Shut up, left. Shut up, everybody. Silence. Let me watch this tape. Oh, that's what he said. What are you saying that he said? That's bullshit. You're lying. No. He said it. You're doing what? You're getting a committee together? Buddy, it's right here. No, come here. Huh? There you go. I know. It's disgusting. All we gave him was hot Cheetos and natty ice. Get it. All up in your nostrils, you piece of shit. Fucking terrible. 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 You know it's a lie. You know there's evidence to the contrary. And you've seen it. And you're still out here perpetuating that bullshit. Terrible. But I'll tell you what's not terrible. I'll tell you who isn't terrible. You know him. You love him. GJB Film. Yes. GJB Films, the latest member of Green Nation. Thank you, GJB Films. I appreciate that. Cool kids. You know what time it is. Trays up. Scoot it. Let's go. Scoot it down. Got another member. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Abedi Mash. Mandarava Sudari. Hope I said that right. She said Trump/Green 2024. I don't know if the world is ready for my kind of vice presidency. Please make me border czar, just like they did Kamala the Ugandan nightmare. And I guarantee you this. I don't make a lot of guarantees. I don't make a lot of promises. I learned that very much after having kids. You can't promise some shit you're not going to do. You can't do that. If you say, you better think about it. Because if you tell them you promise, you have to do it, good or bad. If you tell them, I promise you ever do that again, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to take that from you. I'm going to whoop your ass, whatever. You have to do it. If you promise them, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to take you here, you have to do it. So after knowing all that, giving it thought, I promise you this. If I were border czar, there would be an improvement. I promise you that. I promise you that if I were in control of the border, there would be positive steps taken towards securing that border. I promise you that. Chip the Trip says Jericho would be murked if he was VP. So be it. Well, I'm going to give you a reason to murk me. I guarantee you that. I'll give you a good reason. That piece of garbage has never been to the border. You've never been? Get out of your mind. See? Beatrix Kiddo. She says, Jericho, you're not wrong. I just had to go buy a Pac-Man board game from a promise to a 6-year-old. That's right. If you promise, you got to do it. You have to. And I'm glad it was a board game and not a video game. Good for you. Good for you, mama. You got to keep that promise. I promise you that shit. I'm going to make some strides. Yeah, that's true. Aaron M. says no czars. I really don't like that. But what I'm saying is going by their rules and their terms and bullshit like that. But no, I don't. I've said that from the beginning. I don't like the term czar. That's some Russian, Eastern European bullshit. Why would we even adopt that term? But basically, no matter what you call me, send me there. I'll take care of it. Matter of fact, I'm going to miss inauguration because I'm already going to be down there. I already know it's fucked up. Yeah, I know. Zoom me. I'm out. Yes. Mandarova Sundari. I do know she got booed. And it wasn't just that. You can't, that wasn't just her getting booed. That was something special. Because, yeah, Aaron, and Border Master, for sure. I'm gonna be a Border Master and I'm gonna dress like a medieval knight. I need the shoulder armor, all that shit, because I'm down there to handle business. We're going to war. I'll be dressed like a fucking medieval knight. Hell yeah. I mean, and you got, I just saw something the other day where, what up, DJ John T? I just saw something the other day where they're paying, X amount of millions of dollars a month to store the border building materials? You're paying money to store them? Use them. Don't store it. Use that shit. Man. I build a wall that would make the Great Wall of China fucking blush. Rent. We ain't got to rent no storage. We're about to put that shit to use. Say the fuck out. And the unmitigated gall for people to say that, don't put up a wall. We don't need borders and shit. What? Mexico got a fucking wall. What do you mean? Fuck out of here. What are you talking about? They got a damn wall. But we can't have one, but they can. Get out of here. Byron Harano says an M4 carbine replacing the broadsword, JG. Yeah, I would have guns. You guys remember that scene from I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, where Isaac Hayes was like, he had guns everywhere. Fuck that shit. Oh, before we continue, the background. Let's address that. Women's Heritage Month. Here we go. Soak that up. Take that in. Like a fine wine. You put it, you enjoy it. You let it breathe and shit. You don't just swallow that. You enjoy it. You sit in that. Yeah, sit in that moment. That is proof, number one, that those are the new women. And number two, this has been going on for a long time. This is not new. They didn't start this in the 2000s, the 2010s. This has been going on for a long time. Death by 1,000 cuts, and we're on about cut number 980. We're getting there. We're getting there. R.I.P. Swayze. That's for sure. So this has been going on for a while. Alien robot ghosts. Why do you do that to us, Jericho? Because this needs to be done. You think I'm going to shoulder all this? You think I'm going to deal with all this on my own? This is a therapy session. You guys are about to get it. You guys are about to get it too. I need you to help me out. Shit. Help me exercise these demons. So we're going to talk about Trump and this arrest The Russian pilots who took out the drone, they have been awarded by Vladimir Putin. Wiz asked, what up? Yeah, they got an award. Amidst calls for Vladimir Putin to be arrested, he's had a warrant issued for him by the International Some Shit Committee that he's not going to listen to. And they've issued an arrest warrant for his war crimes against Ukraine. Elon Musk had a very interesting comment about what's happening to Trump with this arrest. And they did it again. And I don't see them stopping this. I think they're going to do this until he's no longer there. But they keep putting Biden in front of a hot mic. So, of course, he has some insulting words for Irish people. But since Irish people are white, you'll hear nothing about it. Now, had he said that about black folks, ooh, he'd be in trouble. But he said it about white people, so nobody cares. But he had some very interesting comments about Irish people. Raquita Johnson, what's up? And Brian King B. Falcon, you're right. It is a psyop. But he had some very interesting things to say about his Irish people. And Kamala did get booed. She did. And not only did she get booed. Well, hold on a second. Let me tell you about the last thing I want to get to. Here's something I guarantee that you guys have never heard before a couple days ago. Raccoon Dog. No, it's not a movie brought to you by the same people that made Cocaine Bear. It's a real life animal that lives in China. Raise your hand if you're sick and tired of animals in China doing weird shit that affects us. But apparently now they're saying that the sweet and sour sniffles could have been brought over from, it made the animal to human connection via a raccoon dog. And there's that. So let's get to these supers, shall we? Leonard S., thank you again. Dems are desperately trying to provoke. They are. They are. And as long as they can provoke through Trump, then they can always say, see, dog whistle. It's a dog whistle. That post you put on Truth Social, that's a dog whistle, really. And Patrick C., thank you. He says, if you don't vote for me, you ain't Irish. He's such a fucking idiot. God, he's so stupid. He just says the dumbest, most off-putting shit you've ever heard. Like, if you want to see the physical embodiment of the word awkward, there it is. So Kamala did get booed, and I couldn't find any good video with audio. And I strangely found one that had video and no audio. But there's plenty of pictures and shit out there. But Kamala went to March Madness. It was Kansas, and it was Kansas versus her alma mater, Howard University. And they got smoked because Howard University, what are you talking about? So Kansas beat them, and she got booed. And she went to Howard. So you figure there would have been some Howard fans in the house. But I have a feeling that even if the game was, where the hell is Howard? It was on the East Coast. Let's see. Howard University. Oh, yeah, it's in D.C. Okay. So I even imagine, even if it was at Howard University, she still would have got some boos. But they booed the shit out of her at the basketball game, which is great. And I like that because that's feedback. That's direct feedback from the people. If you go to a game, a sporting event, and the crowd is booing you, that means that's how the country feels about you. This isn't some fringe group of lunatics, of haters, or right-wing extremists, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, it's a HBCU that she went to, Historically Black College University. And it's not like you just happen to be at the game where a bunch of haters were. What are the chances? So it's not like you happen to be there that day. That's how the country feels. If like when he would go to sporting events, the crowd would cheer. That's because the majority of America were approving of your job. You go to a sporting event, you get booed. That's usually because the majority of the country hates the job that you're doing and they think you're a piece of shit. Because contrary to what they're trying to do, sporting events are largely working class people. I know they try to price us out, but it's largely working class people who go to those games. A lot of father and son, or fathers and their kids. Maybe, they'll have a daughter or something who's into a sport. That happens, but usually it's father, son. So you have a lot of families in there, a lot of working class people. And those are the ones who are most affected by your policies. They live in DC or wherever they live, Marin County, all these well-to-do places, usually behind guards and gates and shit like that. So you don't live with those policies. They do. So they're going to let you know what they think. They're the parents of the kids you're trying to pervert. They're the people that you're squeezing $200 billion for and sending it somewhere else. So they're going to let you know what they think. And that's what happens. That's what happens, dumbass. That's what happens when you're the most unlikable person ever created on Earth. That's what happens when you don't do your job and you talk about stupid shit like electric school buses. Please don't ever make another human being like Kamala Harris. I'm glad she didn't have kids. Could you imagine the little turd she would be raising? So, Biden, let's get to you, dumb. Let's get to you, you dumb. God. How did this happen? How did this happen? How do you get somebody like this? And he looks like shit. Biden looks like shit. He looks worse now in the middle of his first term, his first and only term, than every other president after 2 terms. Bush, Clinton, Obama, they look like shit after they get out of office. Their hair's all white. Look at Bill Clinton. If you look at a picture of Bill Clinton right now, if you zoom in over his left shoulder, you will see the hand of the Grim Reaper. No, not Hillary, the actual Grim Reaper. He looks like he died 2 years ago. Oh, my goodness. Hold on a second. Let's see. I'm trying to find a picture of what Biden looked like at his when he was giving his speech yesterday. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I found the perfect picture, the exact replica of what Joe Biden looked like yesterday at that speech. Exact. No. He chose poorly. There it is. This is what he looked like yesterday when he gave his speech. I guess it's customary for the president or whatever prime minister of Ireland to come to the White House on St. Patrick's Day. So that's what Biden looked like yesterday at the White House when he greeted the prime minister of Ireland. And I don't know if it's prime minister or president, who cares? But this is what he had to say. Holy hell. Hold on, waiting for the little video to load up. And I mean, it's do Irish people give a fuck? No. Are there any Irish people who are going to have their feelings hurt? Or are there any Irish children who won't be able to get out of bed because of the sadness? They don't want to go to school. No, but still very stupid.
It was a great experience. I'd been to Ireland many times, but not to actually look up to find my actual family members. And there were so many, and they actually weren't in jail. They were all, but all kidding aside, I met the Blewitts and the Finnegans and all of the folks who we were related to. Spent 6 days there, and one of the things that and the Finnegans are from County Louth. And there's still, if you go to County Louth, there's
Looks
still a
like
place called
shit.
Finnegan's Pub, which is, Reverend, it's related to my family. I'm the only Irishman you ever met, though, who's never had a drink, so I'm okay. I'm really not Irish.
Do you hear that, audience? They're like, ha, 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 ha. I'm the only Irish guy you've met who hasn't had a drink. And there are members of my family in Ireland who haven't been to jail. So, Irish people, you guys are alcoholics who have problems with the law. That's what you are. Now, to be fair, all stereotypes are true about somebody. But what a tasteless thing to say. What to hear from the president? No tact, just crass. Why would you say that? Fuck, what an idiot. What a fucking idiot. That was so terrible. I'm the only Irishman you know that hasn't had a drink. Fuck. And the reaction of the people in the room. Like, it wasn't even funny. Could it have been funny? Yeah. Had it been delivered by somebody else? Yeah. But it wasn't even funny. And you know, everybody in there has this damn old nuts in their mouth. They weren't even laughing at that shit. That was awkward. But this is what he looks like. That's what Biden looks like. The hair, everything. Biden looks like shit. How do you look like you've been a president for 8 years and you're only 2 years in? Like, once you hit 80, you just start aging rapidly? Holy hell. Borat, help me out. Thank you for the Hamilton. Borat and Jericho 2024. Wouldn't that be fun? I was not born in your country, but Premier Obama was not either. So I can be president and I choose you for my VP. I mean, hey, who started the look at his birth certificate shit? It wasn't Trump. It was not Trump. It was old Hillary. And remember a few weeks ago where she was in India with no makeup on? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hillary, you look fucked up. You are as ugly outside as you are inside. If you listen to the audience, all you hear is because that's the sound of all the blood rushing away from the men's penis. Hillary's nickname is Dick Soft. Oh my goodness, she looked horrible. You look like you were chewed up, swallowed, and thrown back up on that stage, Hillary. You look fucked up. You are one ugly bitch. Ugh. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Leonard S., thank you again. Brandon, in fact, failed 3rd grade. Can you imagine what Brandon was like as a kid? Oh my God. I don't know. How would you even find time to even be around him? Do you know how fast paced you'd have to be to keep up with Joe Biden as a kid? He was raised in the black church. He was raised with the Puerto Ricans. He was going to mass. Are you ready for all that churching? Are you able to hang out with that many different groups of people in one day? Could you keep up with Biden when he was young? Black neighborhood, Puerto Rican, white. Oh my goodness. He's looking at gay dudes with his dad, getting all these lessons from his dad and his mom. Did he have time to hang out with you? I don't know. He was a busy son bitch. Kenneth Huber, thank you for the Hamilton. I appreciate that. Thank you for being you. We could have been drinking buddies in another life. Best wishes and God bless my friend FJB. Thank you very much, Kenneth. I appreciate that. Maybe we could have been friends in another life. Maybe we could be clanking beer mugs together. You never know, Kenneth. But I know this. Thank you. Paul says, really, Jericho? That ain't news. She belongs in that pic with Joe. Yeah, but is there a camera that could handle that? Is there a camera that can handle Biden in his present state, March 18th, 2023, and Hillary Clinton with no makeup? I don't know, dog. I don't know if what's it Nikon? I don't know if Nikon has a lens that can handle that shit. Hillary with no makeup? Forgive me. That's right, Borat. Jericho, your president was brought up in a synagogue too. How did he have time to be a kid? You're studying the Bible, the Torah. Damn. You kids were reading Dr. Seuss. He's reading theology-based shit. He's reading about religions. He got Bibles and all kinds of shit all over his room. Mom, I can't. I gotta go hang out with the Puerto Ricans. And then, hey, no, because after that I go hang out. I gotta go be with the Black Church. And I gotta be here tomorrow to be with the Catholics. Shit. That was a busy little boy. Then he had to be around to get all those nuggets and lessons from his dad. Like when the first time he saw a gay dude, two gay dudes kissing in 1959. It's that simple, Joey. They love each other. Right. DJ John T. Well, isn't Joe like 650 years old? I guess he would have to be to have time to do all that. And it's 720, DJ John T. He said he's been in the Senate for 720 years. And these are things that he said. I'm just going by him. I'm following the leader. Lead me, oh great one. Lead me, adult in the room. The president that we all needed. Remember, we need him. We need him. It looks like the pool of reflection. It looks like Biden giving America a big hug. You better hope it ain't a hug from behind. Disgusting. So that's how he feels about Irish people. I'm the first Irish guy you ever met that hasn't taken a drink. Oh, fuck. Sometimes you gotta love him. Just kidding. No, you don't. So, Elon Musk. What do you have to say about this, you African American? There we go. Hey, right here. Right here. Let's go down here. Down. There we go. Elon Musk, richest African American in the world by far. What do you think? What do you think about this latest phase of the Donald Trump witch hunt, which have kicked into high gear? Elon Musk says Trump will win in landslide victory if indicted. I agree. You are going to make him a martyr. Former President Trump will ultimately end up back in the White House if he is indicted by Manhattan prosecutor Elon Musk predicted. If this happens, quote, if this happens, Trump will be reelected in a landslide victory, Musk said in a tweet. Musk's tweet came as Trump declared on his own True Social platform that illegal leaks from Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office indicate he would be arrested on Tuesday. So somebody in the district attorney's office can't keep their filthy mouth shut. That's how this got leaked. Says the comment from the Twitter boss and world's richest man came in a response. Wait, hold on. You guys, I'm sorry. I hate to get off track like this. I really do. I'll get back to the story. But I just got to look at this sentence one more time. Bear with me. I went to public school. The comment from the Twitter boss and world's richest man. Elon Musk is the world's richest man, and he's African American, which is a phrase made up by Jesse Jackson in the 70s. If he's the world's richest man and he's African American, then why didn't I hear that ad nauseum during Black History Month? We finally have the richest man in the world. You mean Lex Luthor is now black? The richest man in the world is an African American? Why didn't I hear about that every day? Didn't we make it? Why didn't I hear every single day during the month of February that the richest man in the world was African American? I feel like I've been shorted. Anyway, sorry guys, I get distracted. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the comment from the Twitter boss and world's richest man came in response to a Fox News segment detailing how Trump could potentially be cuffed and fingerprinted and processed and escorted into the courtroom. Just parading him like a common perp, like a purse thief. Law enforcement and the Secret Service were discussing logistics and security preparation for an arrest that might go down. Since taking over Twitter, Elon Musk has restored hundreds of previously banned accounts, including Trump's. The former president has also recently was allowed back on YouTube after a 2-year suspension. So let's get this straight. I'll give you guys time to run in the house and get your piece of tinfoil so you make a hat out of it. Because what's happening in less than 2 years, or I'm sorry, 2 years. I told you, California public school, less than a year. What's going to happen in less than a year? 2024. And what happens at the end of 2024? I think it's the second to the last month of the year, November. We're supposed to have a pretty big election, wouldn't you say? I think it's for the presidency of the United States of America. So things take time. Something I learned in the radio business. It takes time to get the message out. Just because you say it for a day or say it for a few hours, it doesn't reach everybody because everybody's not listening. It takes time for that segment or whatever that statement to fester and grow and spread. So it takes time. You got to beat people over the head with it. I think it was for at least 2 weeks, you got to talk about something for the word to really get out and for it to reach everybody in your audience. So they can't just wait till October of 2024 to start doing this shit. They got to start early. And also, Ken Connolly, good point. Biden's crime family, it's now been proven that they received $1 million from China. And it got divvied up between aunts and uncles of Hunter Biden. And so it takes time to get that message out. So you might want to start early, right? So you're going to start this Trump shit because just because Trump isn't in the White House anymore, that don't mean shit. Joyce Decker, Jericho said Fester. Is Neck Buddy alive? He is still alive, Joyce Decker. Just so you know, Neck Buddy, a.k.a. John Fetterman, he is still alive. He is. He ain't doing shit, but he's alive. But you got to start getting this shit out early. And even though Trump isn't in office anymore, that hasn't stopped them. Have they slowed on their Trumpity Trump? Yeah. But has it stopped? Hell no. So now they got to bring him back out. And they have to, it's DEFCON 4. They pulled the alarm. Oh shit. Crunch time, 11th hour. 11:59 and I'm still running to the carriage. Cinderella. They're desperate. So we got to get we We may not get Trump in jail, but we got to get this stain on his reputation. We got to get this. We got to get images of him cuffed. And it doesn't have to be true. It doesn't have to be true. We just need the photo op. Whatever happens after this, if they arrest Trump, it doesn't matter. All the left needs is an image of him being cuffed, him being fingerprinted, a mugshot. Could you imagine the leftist money shot, the collective that the left would have if they can just get a mugshot of Trump? They would be, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Could you imagine the leftist media, the sick, disgusting fucks in Hollywood, and they're tweeting if they got a hold of a Trump mugshot? It don't matter if he did it or not. They're not even listening. As soon as they get that picture of Trump in handcuffs or Trump mugshot, they can't even hear you. You hear a real loud sound in your ear. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? They can't even hear you. You can hear with all the facts you want. If they get that, it's over. They got what they wanted. It's like affirmative action. As long as they get the kids in there, it don't matter what happens 6 months down the road. It doesn't matter that 80% of them fail out of these colleges. It doesn't matter. All I need is the photo op. If they get Trump with his hands cuffed in front of him and a suit coat draped over his head, going into the police station, oh my God. Nothing else matters because now you have your message. Now you have your emotional message. Now you have your smoking gun. Now you have, I told you so. I told you he's a crook. And now the only thing they need is the repetition. That's why we didn't have a red wave, because they had abortion, which is an emotional topic, and repetition. People believed that if Roe v. Wade was repealed, abortion would be illegal. They believed it. They forgot about sick, disgusting taint sores like California that will let you kill that baby whenever you want. Your 10th abortion is free. I remember this donut shop called Red's Donuts where I used to live. If you're from the Central Coast, if you're from the 831, you know about Red's Donuts. Red's had a card and they put a stamp on it. And that 10th stamp, you got a free dozen donuts. There was this place called Mayo, frozen yogurt place. If you're from the Central Coast, you know about Mayo. Mayo had the same thing. They had a card. And every 10th one, you got a free ice cream. California's the same way. They want to change California to a Bordica, an all-inclusive kill your baby resort. So they believe that shit. They have their emotional message. All they needed was the repetition. That's why the red wave crested at your ankle instead of being a tsunami. Same thing with this. If they get that image, it's over. The mainstream mediocres in Hollywood will be insufferable. Oh my. Oh, I don't even want to think about that shit. But if they don't, then Trump is a martyr. Then it's, look, they tried to persecute me. I'm the most persecuted person on the face of the earth. No one's been more persecuted than me in human history. That's that's the Trump with hubris. You got to take the good with the bad, and you know damn good well if they did that to him, that's exactly the angle Trump is gonna push, and he should. If I'm Barry Bonds and my blood is 50% HGH, you know who I am, and you're gonna give me a slow underhand pitch over home plate. I would be a fool not to knock that shit into the parking lot. You're gonna keep serving shit up like this to Trump? You're going to keep giving him East Palestine, Ohio's to show up to because you motherfuckers won't? You're going to keep making him the hero? He'd be a fool not to stand in that limelight and bask in it. So if you make that dude a martyr, you fucked up. You fucked up. And it's so stupid. The case is bullshit. It's like some building construction violations and shit. And I don't care. That's what you think you're going to take this dude down with? You think the minute that they brought this bullshit up to him however many years ago, his legal team wasn't prepared for this? Years down the road, and then once he gets in the White House, you really saw them worked up? You saw them foaming at the mouth? Oh, dog. You think they didn't see this shit coming? You think he got a law firm with 3 names on the side of the building for no reason? That motherfucker has the former mayor of New York City on his legal staff. That shit reminded me of when I was in the Navy and we had the chief of naval operations at the time, 4-star admiral. And his cook, his personal chef, was a commander. If you're in the military, if you were in the military or are still in, you know how high up a commander is. A commander is right underneath the, or in the Navy, it's a commander. In other branches, it's called a lieutenant colonel, the silver leaf. You're right underneath a full bird captain or colonel, depending on what branch you're in. That was his cook. Someone who could be the CEO or the executive officer on a ship or of a base was his cook. Trump has Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York City, who cleaned up New York City, as his lawyer. Weapon X, Casey Ryback knows. Casey Ryback was just a chief. No, his cook, I'm just a cook. Just a cook. No. Old school drum corps says CDR commander is a gold leaf. Well, in the Navy, it's a lieutenant commander. A commander is the silver leaf in the Navy, which I was in. And I believe that would be a lieutenant colonel in other branches. Hold on. U.S. military ranks. Army ranks. U.S. Army ranks. Army aren't really men yet. I love saying that. Warrant officers. I never got that's the one part of the ranking recognition I was never strong at, was warrant officers. Just the little bars with the stripes. I don't know. I never got that shit. Okay. Yeah, so a silver leaf in the Army, and same with all the other branches, is a lieutenant colonel. Okay. Navy. And on the Navy, is this the official Navy page? Yeah, it says start your journey. Well, it really doesn't want to make me go and fight. Start your journey. What the hell? It's all a bunch of shit about about the other branches. Where's the Navy? What's up, Navy? Shit. Okay, I'm just trying to find it. All right, I'll just put in Navy. Navy, the world's finest Navy. Thank you very much. Go images. There we go. Navy, commander, silver leaf. There you go. So yeah, it's a commander. Other branches, lieutenant colonel. In the Navy, it's commander. Because it goes lieutenant commander, which is the gold leaf, and then commander silver. But it's interesting. It's supposed to be Tuesday. Trump says it's supposed to be on Tuesday. And I'll read to you the post from Trump on Truth Social. All caps, by the way. It says, now illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which has allowed new records to be set in violent crime and whose leader is funded by George Soros, indicate that with no crime being able to be proven and based on an old and fully debunked, parentheses, by numerous other prosecutors, fairy tale, the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protest, take our nation back. Now, right there, that word protest. The left, as Maxine Waters, filthy, disgusting. She looks like a Shar-Pei. If you're laying on the ground and a Shar-Pei is looking over you, you know how gravity just takes its wrinkles it already has and just pulls them down. That's what Maxine Waters looks like sitting up. So people like her are going to say that word protest, he's calling for another July 6th, which is bullshit. Because guess what? You're allowed to do that in this country. And just because someone called you to protest doesn't mean the shit's going to go sideways. Borat, he says, Soros' eyes look like Borat's scrotum. I don't know, man. I never seen your scrotum, but I would assume that it looks better than George Soros. George Soros looks like, what's the dude's name from Star Wars? The guy with the hood. That guy. I'm not too familiar with Star Wars characters other than Darth Vader and like Luke Skywalker and shit. Very novice when it comes to that. But you know what I'm talking about. That old guy with like the red, saggy hound dog fucking eyes. That's what George Soros looks like, a hound dog. So people like them are going to run with it and say Trump is calling for another insurrection. He's calling for another one. Yeah, that's what it is. Palpatine. Thank you, Rome 13. He looks like Palpatine. Palpatine, but older. Palpatine. I don't know how I'm supposed to fucking say it. I don't want to go, hey, Jericho, actually, Palpatine. So like shit, right, dude? Don't talk shit about Star Wars. But yeah, George Soros looks like absolute dog shit. And people like him and the left and Hollywood, all that shit, he's calling for another insurrection. Can you believe that? I told you, look at him, he's calling. No, he's not. Now, I know if you took a page of the Constitution, it doesn't have to be the actual Constitution. I have in my studio here, hold on. There it is. It could be like this. It could be like a pamphlet, the Constitution of the United States of America. If you touch their skin with it, it'll burn. I know you see this as a hindrance. I know you see this as a hurdle. I know you see this as this pesky document that if we could just fucking get rid of it, we can do whatever we want to these motherfuckers. I know you hate it. I know. But we still use it. We still have it. It still protects us. You know how you like to drape yourself in victimhood left? We like to drape ourselves in this bitch right here. I know you hate it. I know it bothers you. I know you wish it never existed. I know you wish that we would think it's old and outdated. We need something new. Fuck you, okay? I know you hate it. I know you don't like it. I know it was written by a bunch of white slave owners. Yeehaw! But it still works. It's still law. And you're still allowed to protest peacefully, which I'm sure is what he meant. And so what if he tells people to protest? They should. This is protest worthy. You're trying to arrest a former president on some bullshit because you don't want him to run? Because you're trying to make some felony stick so legally he can't run? Totally agree with that, John James. Yellen is Soros. Janet Yellen, she's a female. Put tits and a dried out vagina on George Soros, and that's Janet Yellen. That stupid dumbass doesn't know her ass from a hole in the ground. She don't know whether to scratch her watch or wind her ass, and you handed her the keys to the fucking bank vault. Stupid ass Joe. Alien testosterone, thank you. He says, my official listed religion in the army was Jedi. Okay. So, in other words, you're a big Star Wars fan. Cool. Forgive me for not knowing, all the people's name. MGTOW, Michigander. Thank you. Biden is the puppet and Soros is the president. I'd agree with that. He's old as fuck. But they act like telling people to protest is a bad thing. Now, I know on the left, your protests turn into riots. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're caught up in their own shit. Maybe they're thinking their protests are just like our protests. No, our protests are different because our protests stay protests. They're not mostly peaceful with Molotov cocktails flying through the air. Okay? We keep it peaceful because we have shit to lose. We can't afford to get arrested and thrown in the drunk tank for the weekend because we have families and jobs and shit. We have lives. We have shit to do. We're not in the basement yelling up to our mom to make our favorite dinner or else. We got shit to lose. So our protests stay protests. They don't turn into death and destruction like it does on the left. So maybe that's what they're worried about. But on Monday, this shit dropped. I saw it this morning. So it dropped maybe late last night, maybe yesterday or today. But this is the weekend. Okay? This is the weekend. Can you imagine what's going to happen on Monday when they they're going to ignore the rest of everything he posted. All they're going to focus on is protest. That's what they're going to focus on. Those dried out, barren, mostly childless bitches on The View. They're all going to be squawking about this shit. All the mainstream mediocres, that greasy lip bitch, Donna Lamone, and that downgrade of a staff he's working with on his morning show, the blue check marks, they're going to be all over this shit come Monday. Disgusting. MGTOW Michigander, the hen house. At least hens can give eggs and cute little chicks to play with. What do those bitches bring to the table? Except making you throw your food up halfway up your throat before you swallow it back down. Fucking disgusting. That's all they're going to focus on. That last part, protest. Forgetting, well, they're not forgetting. Purposefully ignoring everything else and the fact that he's right. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. And one of the funniest / weirdest things I've ever heard in my life. A raccoon dog? What the fuck does that mean? I'll tell you. I'm just going to look up raccoon dog, see what it brings up. Raccoon dog. What the? Boom. Oh, we'll go to NPR. Oh, yeah. NPR. Yes, you're the worst. NPR is the worst. NPR is a website, a news source, if you want to call it that, like, if you took what I like to call a granola-headed dirt fucker from California, rings everywhere, green hair, my body, my choice. Arr, arr, arr. You seen the videos of them dumb chicks barking at people? Arr, 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 arr. Pronouns, they, them, zims, all that shit. You're just making a fucking leftist stew, and you're throwing all this shit in there. America's racist and critical race theory, 1619 BLM. I mean, and it's smelling like shit. You got to wear a mask, like those cooks in those Indian restaurants making those falls and shit. They got to wear masks. They got to wear masks sometimes so they don't it's like pepper spray. Their eyes aren't burning and shit. So you're making this leftist stew. Oh man, it smells like shit. You're hanging your head out the window, but you're coming back in there because you got to make this shit. And you're throwing all that bullshit in there. Chest feeders, birthing people, trans women or women. Actually, if you put that in there, it'd be like big old dick. Trans women or women. Oh my goodness. But you got to keep making this shit. And you finally make it. And you pour it into a bowl, and all these chunks are coming, all the chunks of shit you put in there. Chest feeders, plops in your bowl. That's what NPR is. So it says raccoon dogs may have been linked to the pandemic. What are they? Fucking NPR. The World Health. This is how you know. The first 4 words are the World Health Organization. You lost me right there, but I'll keep reading. The WHO, and side note, we're America, aren't we? So why the fuck do we need to go to the world for anything? You come to us. World Health Organization, fuck you. They are asking Chinese officials to release data that may show a link between raccoon dogs and the coronavirus that left many wondering, what is a raccoon dog anyway? First, here's why we're talking about them. They were being sold at a seafood and meat market in Wuhan, China, where researchers found evidence of the coronavirus in January 2020. Data that was briefly posted on and then removed from an international database appeared to show that genetic material from raccoon dogs showed up in the same swabs as a virus that caused COVID, implying the animals could have been an initial host. So is somebody eating it or fucking it? What are you guys doing over there in China? Swine flu, bird flu, SARS, all this shit. What are you doing with those animals? Either stop eating them or fucking them, whatever you're doing. Seafood and meat market? Are the scientists from the Wuhan lab going? Is it right next to that building? And you guys, it's like food trucks down there? And you go down there and get some raccoon dog on a stick? What the fuck is going on here? Because how does that happen to where some person or a group of people eat or fuck this animal and then it spreads around the world and 7 million people die from it, allegedly? How does that happen? I don't think that's coming from a food truck or a market, whatever bullshit, whatever smoke you're trying to blow up our ass. NPR. Okay, so what are they? In simple terms, they're a wild dog whose face looks like a raccoon's. In slightly more scientific terms, raccoon dogs are a member of the canid family, canid, C-A-N-I-D family, with fur markings and head shapes similar to those of raccoons. So it looked like a raccoon fucked your golden retriever. The omnivorous animal is native to East Asia, including parts of China, Korea, and Japan. Breeding from the fur farming industry introduced thousands of them throughout the former Soviet Union, and they are now a widespread invasive species throughout Northern and Western Europe. They prefer to live in forests and dense vegetation as well as areas bordering water. Who doesn't? And they're more likely related to foxes than to domesticated dogs. Raccoon dogs are a completely different species. Blah, 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 blah. Great. They have been linked to other diseases. Yes, raccoon dogs and related animals sold for food at a live animal market in China in 2003 were found to carry a coronavirus similar to the virus found in humans during a SARS coronavirus outbreak at the time. In 2004, Chinese health officials ordered the slaughter of 10,000 animals set to be sold at a market, including raccoon dogs, after a man tested positive for a novel strain of the SARS virus and raised fears of another outbreak. So there it is. Now you know about raccoon dogs. Mads, what about the lab? Lab schmab. It came from a dog. It's because they eat weird animals and they all get sick. So if they're eating these animals and that's what's making them sick, then how come, like, wherever they sell these things, that population hasn't had this happening for years? Because obviously, just because you slaughtered 10,000 of them, that didn't stop people from eating them. So, but if that were the case, then why isn't that part of China just ravaged by the sweet and sour sniffles? Why isn't it always there if that's where they came from? They've been eating these fucking things since at least 2002. How did it get around the world? It's almost like it was engineered to get around the world. Remember all that gain of function talk? That's when you're weaponizing it. You're making it able to go from animals to humans. So you're doing gain of function research. Leonard S. Raccoon dogs taste like chicken. I don't know, man. I doubt that. I've had a few chickens. Never a raccoon dog, but I've had some chicken. So you're studying, or you're not studying, you are practicing gain of function research, which means you are making it so a disease can go from an animal to a person. Why would you want to do that shit in the first place? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to make it so a disease could go from one species to the next? That just seems fucked up. That's what you're doing. Next thing we know, the sweet and sour sniffles is like Lisa Stansfield. It's been around the world and ay. You tell me. Talk to me, Goose. Tell me. Am I tripping? I don't know. DM, thank you. DeSantis running? Question mark. Terrible move. He won't say for sure. I think, man, in a perfect world, if I could make shit happen, if I had a genie that wasn't Will Smith in that stupid fucking adaptation of Aladdin, but if I had a genie, I would say, check this out, genie. Give me Trump for 4 more years, and then give me DeSantis for 8 years after that. That's what I would say. But yeah, he hasn't said. Other people are saying he will, but he hasn't said for sure. Patrick C, thank you. Let me get a bat kebab and a coon dog to go, please. And could you step on it? I'm on my lunch break. What if they have an app for it? You just press a little coon dog face or the other kind of dog or cat or bat, whatever they're doing over there. You just push the little face and it places your order. Then you just come pick it up. A little parking for you, order pickup only. Online order pickup only. Wanda McGaboni. DeSantis never said he was running. Exactly. He never said he was, but other people are. Other people say, "Oh, DeSantis is going to run." He hasn't said shit. And really, the people of Florida, he just got elected governor. Like, don't you? I think he should stay there and continue and finish serving his term to the people of Florida. Joyce Decker says he's announcing in May. Okay, well, I hope his answer is no. I don't want him to. Not yet. 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 No. Wait. And Aaron M said he's glad he's a black San Franciscan man. You know they ain't gonna pay shit. They ain't gonna pay shit. The other people in San Francisco don't want to pay for that shit, and it ain't gonna happen. Now, don't get me wrong. Will they get another committee together to talk about it and crunch some numbers and do some more research? Yeah, of course they'll string you along, but they ain't gonna do shit. It's too late. And we've already got reparations. Sorry it didn't come in the form of a fat check, but we got reparations. Stop it. Tom Mass says July 6th in New York on Tuesday. If another J6 were to kick off exactly the same way, minus the senseless murder of Ashley Babbitt, I mean, it wouldn't bother me that much. People shouldn't go uninvited into the Capitol. Um, it should uninvited go into the Capitol uninvited. You don't break into shit. You don't do that. But were they invited? Yes. But my point is, July 6th wasn't bad. It wasn't shit. There's a weekend in Chicago looking at J6 going, what? You only lost one person. J6 wasn't shit. But yeah, if they do that, people aren't going to like that very much. People are not going to like that very much. Because that's the only person who died was Ashley Babbitt. She was murdered. They weren't beating the head with a fire extinguisher. She was the only person who was killed that day. Brian King B. Falcon says, hell no, I'm not voting for Dasani. Some people won't. I've heard a lot of things about him. I've heard some deep state shit about him. I don't know. I don't know enough about Ron DeSantis to not like him yet. But if I were to find something, yeah, I'd say fuck him. But I'll definitely do my due diligence, certainly before I vote for him or cast a vote. Weapon X says, Will Smith would slap you, JG, and say, keep Trump's name out of your mouth. Oh, man. You know what? After seeing the way Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, I would love for Will Smith to slap me because number one, it ain't going to hurt that bad. And number two, he's not ready for the repercussions because the way he slapped him, like it was awkward and it went like down. It looked like that was his first time hitting another dude in his life. So no, I wouldn't be afraid of Will Smith. Will Smith would get a double leg takedown on that fucking stage. And I don't know. Maybe Will Smith, he's a bad motherfucker and he's doing a really good job of hiding it. But I tell you what, I would do my best to give Will Smith the fucking business. The business. And then I go out in the audience and fight Jada Pinkett. Oh, man. That bald-headed dummy. Socrates Ken, Will Smith is a simp. Yeah, man, he's fucking garbage. Garbage. The way he hit him, it was like, ugh. The only thing he was missing was a moan. If he would have hit him like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's accurate. He might as well have. Come on. You ain't ever been in a fight in your life. You ain't never been a fight in your life if you hit like that. Come on, dog. Get my wife's name out your fucking mouth. That was so ghetto. You're fucking ghetto trash, Will. Fucking ghetto trash. Keep my wife's. You're wearing a tuxedo, bitch. Act like it. Have some class. Ugh. DM, thank you. Judas Pence failed and betrayed us. Backstabber. Yeah, what the fuck is Mike Pence thinking? You gonna, man, go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead and take your dumb ass out there on the campaign trail. Mike Pence will be dismissed early like the other 25 dummies who are going to try to run for fucking president. Get out of here. Mike Pence, if this was a singing competition, he would be in the first 2 weeks of American Idol. That's where you show all the fucked up people who can't sing. You get them out of the way so you can get to the real talented people. Man, please. Mike Pence. Mike Pence. You fucked up, man. You fucked up. Oh, man. Okay, people. I told you. Family's coming in town. Get to meet my new niece. She's only 3 months old. Hopefully, I can pull her away from my wife, who is madly in love with her. Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't seen my family for a while either. So I'm going to hang out. My other two nieces are here too. So, it's Jericho Green family time. My favorite time. I appreciate you guys being here, especially on a Saturday afternoon. 600 plus people in here with me. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Thank you for your time, your comments, your super chats, whatever. Thank you. You were great. I was great. We were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.